let's get right into it, everyone. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for clicking my video. Thank you for tuning in with me. I really also want to give a shout out to NUR. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, because you emailed me and you gave me these recommendations after some little chit chat about yarn and stuff. So I really like this idea. I do have a little journey when it comes to my yarn desk setup, but I don't have like a full, like, my dream setup, if that makes sense. And I'm not even sure what my dream setup would be. So this is where I'm at currently. Once I first bought my first skeins of yarn, I just had them on my nightstand, and they were huge. They were like this big, 1,000 yards, and I was kind of happy with that, because it's just like you wake up and it's right there, so there's no problem. Now skip about 4 years later, so now in 2024, I have about 4 to 5 different spots that I hold my yarn. So let's get into them. First spot that I keep yarn is kind of like this 4-tier little cabinet that I got from Walmart. That I like it because they have like the 2 or 3 smaller drawers at the top, and then like more bigger drawers at the bottom. So the smaller ones I keep for my like knitting sticks, my thread and needle, my labels that I put on my crochet pieces, buttons and stuff like that, ribbon, all that, those little knickknacks in those top drawers. And then the other drawers right now, I'm going to organize it for you guys, but honestly, and you might be able to relate, this is not what it is like always. I really should organize it, because I'm just like all over the place with tutorials, customs, my own pieces, but you get what I mean. Like, things are everywhere. These 3 bottom drawers would be for like project pieces, pieces that maybe I'm personally doing for myself. I just like to keep them here and know how much yarn I'll be needing for those projects, so I keep them kind of snug away. It's nothing to do with like the customs or my own designs that I make. Those pieces are in a different spot. So this drawer is kind of like where I put my own pieces, mixed with the top area being like my ribbon and custom stuff. This is a little bit, these cabinets at the bottom are too small for like my projects that I use, that I make for on my Instagram page and that I sell for you guys. I need at least like room for like 6 skeins in one cabinet if that was the case, so they just don't fit. In the beginning, this was really good for me to just hold all of the little yarn that I had, and then I was really happy with that. Moving on to the second place where I hold yarn, it is these 2 baskets here. These baskets I actually grabbed from a house that I used to live nearby. They were moving and they were giving away free stuff, and so I went with my boyfriend. We went like literally a block away, and we picked up, I think that I picked up like 6, like in total 6 of these baskets. And then I was like, this is perfect. They're kind of a little bit of design to it, like they're not just like basic. Okay, they are kind of basic, but they're not like too simple where they're just like a box. They have a little bit of design to them, and I can see my yarn, because back to the first cabinet, I can't really see the yarn that's in there. So I was like, these are perfect. This is amazing. I have a lot of them. It's free. Let's do this. And then I had my yarn in it for a while, and then I kind of was having a lot, like I kind of had a lot of yarn at this time. So I don't know if it's because the yarn was too heavy for the baskets, or the baskets just aren't really good at holding so much yarn. But eventually all of this yarn, or these baskets, I only use 2 now, but these baskets were used simply just for my kind of like scrap yarn, not really something that I go to. Like when I want to make a project for myself, I'll dig in there, I'll be like, oh, I have this skein, I have that skein, and da da da, but it's not like my main source. I feel like these bins here, they just hold the scrap yarn pieces that I've had from previous projects. And I also have more of the baskets in my closet now, but I just don't have them put together because sometimes the little circle things that are there, they would break and fall apart, and I'm just like constantly putting these things together. It's good for what it is for now, but it's not good for like an everyday use. I felt like I was fixing and building it more than I was actually like taking yarn out of it and making something. So I said, okay, this won't work long term, but yeah. Moving on to, do I have another one after this? I have that. I'm moving it based off where it is in my place so I don't like miss anything. So let's start off with the bin. So okay, this bin was I think around $30, and I was waiting and waiting to find a bin that was way cheaper than $30 because at the time I just did not want to spend that much money on a bin, because as I told you, I had got the other things for free and the other little cabinet from Walmart was like affordable. So I was just kind of like, and like since I've never had a bin, I was like, okay, I don't even know, like this can't fit under the bed, so I have to get something that looks decently cute because it will be in the open eye. And I just didn't know if me buying this $30 bin would hit all of my needs, because sometimes I don't think that you can really tell if it will hit all your needs until you bring it home and try it out. I brought this bin from Walmart. I was right away super happy once I brought it home because all of the yarn that I use for my projects fit in there. Honestly, still till this day, I don't have any complaints. You can kind of see through it. I know that all of my major projects that I have for my customs, anything like that, they can all fit in there. So if I'm working on a project like my cardigans, they take up a lot of yarn, so sometimes I'm using 6 to 8 skeins at a time, and the projects themselves like are pretty big pieces. Once I'm done for the day and I want to pack away the project and I don't want to see it, I don't want it to stress me out or whatever, I just take it all and I put it in the bin and I put down the handles and done. I don't have to think about it, and I love that because it really does help feel like it's tucked away, it's gone, it's in a safe place, like nothing is gonna like fall on it, no water, no liquids. So I'm really happy about this bin. Super worth the money. I think I'm happy with the color because if I were to get like an orange color or something, I might get tired of the same color all the time. So I'm really happy that it's just kind of like a clear white color, kind of. Not really, but it's just, there's not much seasonal changes that I need to make with it. I feel like it just works all the time. If you are interested in a bin, I definitely recommend that. And if you want to tuck it away in a closet or anything like that, that's also really good. I kind of have it just tucked away underneath this table, so that's something that you can also think about and do. Another place that I place my yarn, and this is kind of just because of my work that I do for crocheting, I like to have my projects that I'm working on kind of on my table so that it's kind of accessible throughout the week, or I kind of have an idea of what I'm behind on, what I need to do, etc, etc. I have this table. This is where I used to shoot tutorials. I like to have this desk here for that, and then I also like to set my yarn here. Sometimes it gets filled with my clothes, but I usually don't have clothes on it. It's mostly just projects, because if I have some free time and I'm not sure what to do, I just look at that table and I'm like, oh, I gotta film that ruffle scrunchie tutorial. Oh, I gotta finish that raglan top tutorial. So I really value having some of my projects on an open table, the ones that don't like constantly remind me to work, because then that just makes my head spin into a million pieces. Simple, lighthearted projects, I leave it on the table. Projects that make me feel happy, I leave it out in the open. Should have got some water, honestly. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, the ASMR. I do have another table which is kind of similar, but that table is literally for my major projects. I have like my tutorial kind of light-hearted projects, and then on this table I have my major projects that I sometimes leave there. It's crazy because even though I have a desk and even though I have a desk chair, it's really hard for me to go sit on those all day. I love to sit on my bed, which is not really good for my back support, and I do try to sit in my chair now because you gotta, you know, keep your back healthy throughout your crochet career journey. It is comfortable, but I think I just prefer other things before that. Like sometimes now I sit outside and I crochet. Sometimes I go to the park and I crochet. So it's just I guess I love the sun, I love the warmth, and my bed gives me warmth, and then the outside it gives me the sun. Where my desk, I'm just like constantly chilly, and then I have to put the heater on, so maybe that's why. Anyways, put some of my projects on that table. Not really ideal. It kind of makes it look like my table look a little bit jumbled. So yeah, my desk or my nightstand where I put my projects. Now I don't put a lot of my projects here. I only put the projects that like I am casually working on. There's no deadline, there's no tutorial for it. It's not for somebody or anything like that. It's for myself, and it's just I'm not in a rush to finish it. That's where I'll put those projects. Like right now I currently have shorts in there. So I have the skein of yarn rayon from Bamboo Yarn, and I have recycled polyester from the Lion brand, and I keep it there casually. Really, if I were to have my dream yarn layout, my manifestations have come true, I think I would definitely have a yarn room. So it'd be like my bedroom, blah blah blah, and then a yarn room. And the yarn room would have like a balcony so that I can like work outside, get some sun, and not feel like I'm constantly have to sit in that box of a room and work. I think I would have yarn very like kind of like chic and like minimalist setup. I wouldn't want it to be like I'm walking into a yarn store and there's yarn on the walls and yarn in baskets and yarn in bins and da da da. I think I would want to like have the room set up where it's like it's inspiring crochet. It's taking the essence of crochet. So I don't know. I think I would want to feel like I'm like how it would feel when you're crocheting outside or when you're crocheting on the grass. Like how does that feel? Or like when you have a project and you're inspired. So I think I would want like bean bags or nice chairs to sit. I think that also promotes inspiration, just having good back health seating. I probably just have like a nice little, you know, TV to watch a couple shows, because I've been watching hours of shows while I've been crocheting and doing my business for the past like 6 months, full-time, part-time. That would probably be like my ideal setup. But right now I do have like kind of like a little patio, not a patio, kind of like a little doorway. Has a little room to like put my IKEA table slash chair out there. And then yeah, so that's probably my ideal, well, that's my current setup. Thank you again, Nair, for the recommendation. I'm super happy, I'm super pleased to have received the list. I will try to do all the other recommendations because not only am I excited to do them, but I think they will be very helpful. I just want to help you guys and also keep growing myself. So that's how I get to learn, because you guys help me out as well. And so I love that for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and more on the way. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace and love. Bye.